Stay focused on your dream. Stay focused on your dream. Stay focused on your dream. Stay focused on your future, young man, cause you can build a dream. Your wild imaginations ain't too far from what they seem.
Great day, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world. Understand that the earth is your turf. Live off the land and recognize your worth. Welcome to the B.O.S.S Move Interviews. I am your host for the day, Mr. Swerve and the Servant. And here at the B.O.S.S Move Interviews, we interview great individuals who are doing great things in the city of Savannah and building themselves off of solid structure. And today we are here with Miss Get That Body, Miss Tanisha Law herself. How you doing, young lady?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, wonderful. How you been? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. What you got going on with yourself?
Well, just looking forward to the new year and what everything has to bring with Get That Body and my personal stuff and my clients. So.
Okay. Well, if you, I can't do it. Nobody can do it like you. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Okay. Hi, guys. I am called Miss Get That Body, but I'm also known as Tanisha Fudge Hall. And I am the owner and operator of Get That Body Dance and Fitness in Savannah, Georgia. I also train clients in Atlanta, California, as well as Florida.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And how did you get your start and Get That Body? Is there a story behind?
Yes, there's a funny story.
Already, I'm here for it.
Because I did not name myself Get That Body.
Where it come from?
Facebook.
Okay.
Facebook named me Get That Body because
how did that come about?
How did it come about? Just as everything else, people follow social media, and it just so happened I had my daughter in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
I came from being a aircraft painter, so I painted at Gulfstream for years, and I decided in 2014 to help my lead start losing weight. So I was going to Savannah State and just working out with them, and then people saw that at my job, so I started training more people. And I found out I was pregnant at the end of 2014, which was kind of a blow up because I really was looking forward to training clients or starting working out. But he was not really considered a client, he was more like my friend. So once I found out I was pregnant, I was like, okay, I gotta fall back from things that I love, which was, dance and working out. So during the process of me losing weight or helping him, people was like, I want to come to you. I was like,
what made him come to you?
What made him come to me? It was a guy, I forgot his name. We were all on the aircraft doing some work, some detail work, and he was showing me this picture of him. He was really huge. He was a really huge guy, and he started reading this book, and it was called the 21-Day Challenge. So I was like, what if I create a 21-day challenge myself to help my lead? So I did that. I came up with my own meal plan. I came up with my own home workout and everything. So it started, and within like 60 days, I decided to have a class, especially for just men and women.
Why?
Honestly, it's because I personally, as a woman, I would never want to see a man watch me in an uncomfort.
Okay.
Not saying he watching my body,
right.
But if I'm not in a great space mentally, I don't want a man to ever view a woman in her
transformation process.
Yeah, because it's a mental thing. Like working out and changing your life and going after that goal is so personal. You know what I'm saying? And that's a personal space. That working out is emotional.
Right.
So for me, I don't want a man to see a woman in a vulnerable state, and I don't want a woman to watch a man in a vulnerable state. And men do break down in class because they go through a lot just like women. So for me, it's like I don't want to ever have that pass because I don't know everyone personally.
Right.
Most of my clients, I probably only know one of my clients where they live at. So I've never been to any client's house. I don't really know them personally like that. So for me to take a client and put them in a vulnerable state with someone they don't know,
right,
and I don't know them enough to say, they won't go and say this person was looking like this or this person. I don't never want to be that person or that trainer to put my clients in those situations.
So you got respect for your client.
I do definitely have respect for my clients.
Great things. When you run in the business, make sure you have respect for your customers, make sure you have respect for your clients, but that starts with respect for self, first of all.
Yeah, so long story short, after I was about to have my baby, I decided to take it seriously because more people was kind of wanting and inquiring about me helping them. So I had my daughter, and I was in a very uncomfortable state myself. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you see one thing. people see something else.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I thought I was huge after I had my daughter. I was so uncomfortable. I was so self-conscious. I was so, my self-esteem was really low. So I posted a picture of me on Facebook after I was trying to lose weight, and I was looking at myself, but I didn't see results.
This was after you
This
had
was
to help
after I had my
somebody?
daughter. Yeah, this was
You
after I had, this was that. So that was in 14. Here comes 15. Now it's my turn.
Right.
You know, now I'm this person.
Right.
You know, so now I don't see myself as that trainer or that friend that was helping someone. I see myself as that client or that person that needed help. So I was crying, and I got on Facebook and I posted a picture with me with tears in my eyes, and I said, I'm going to do this. And I hashtag get that body. Like I was saying, I'm about to get my body. I wasn't naming myself.
You didn't know you was branding yourself.
I did not have an idea at all that I was branding myself, because I taught praise dance for a long time. I taught ballet since I was 18. So for me, my company that I wanted to start was called Expressions Dance and Fitness, because I like to express myself during dance or poetry or art, because I'm an artist. To me, body is an art to me.
Right.
So I don't really view it as, oh, they naked. I look at it as that's art.
Right.
So a lot of people won't get that.
I just painted a great looking picture of this individual.
Right. So for me, when I see the
canvas.
body, I don't see fat. I don't see skinny. I don't see naked. I don't see nude. I just see
Results, masterpiece.
art. You know, I don't see what other people see or get offended of. So for me, it's hard to grasp that when you're an artistic person.
Right.
So when I was crying, I posted in the hashtag get that body, and every week I would post another picture. Still not looking at myself like something changed, because you see yourself so often, you don't see.
It's hard to see the change when yourself.
Every day I was like, I'm so good. My knees was hurting, y'all. I got an insider. So I was that female when I was giving car shows and stuff. I was like, I ain't never be that female walking down on River Street or going to the club taking my shoes off. Because I didn't understand why they were doing it. Until I was in the situation, overweight, and was out there passing out flyers and had my heels on, and my knees was hurting. I was like, oh, these. So literally, I became the woman that I used to be.
Yeah, you put your foot in your mouth and then put it back on the ground.
Right. Not only did I put it back on the ground, I sat in the car and went to sleep. You know, and I was like, okay, I got to do something about it. So that's what I did. I hashtag get that body. I was working out. I had a home gym. This didn't exist. The facility didn't exist. I turned my former living room, dining room into my home studio. I only had 2 steppers, 2 sets of dumbbells, and a trampoline. That's all I had. And I just went to work. And everywhere where I went, people was like, aren't you get that body? And I used to be like, whoo. Because I didn't know that's what they called me. Until my homegirl was like, they talking about you. Like, ain't that's the name of your business? I said, no. So then she was like, you might need to make it that. So I was like, so that's why Facebook started calling me Get That Body. I didn't name myself that.
That's what's up. So, it works like life be funny like that. Sometimes you'll be surprised how things just come to you. Right.
And she was a part, like me and my friend we were doing it together. She was actually we was both into fitness. We was always young. We grew up working out, outside, running around. So she was like, well, you go take the class, and I go take class. We both took the class. She took a different route, and I just ventured off to myself. But what happened is that I didn't realize is that I ended up with 2 clients. Then I ended up with 6 clients in my home.
Hold on. Okay, so how long was your personal journey after you got?
It took me 3 months. Like, I didn't know until I got invited to one of my great friends, Jackie. She was one of my first clients. Jackie's, she owns Liquid, so she was my very first client, that business owner. Because that's all I wanted to target was business owners at first. That was only my goal, to train business owners. Because I also still had my job. So I always thought business owners would take it more seriously because they were more invested. And they had a different schedule. So she invited me to this event she had. She was like, Nina, you need to network. You need to get out there. And I was like, I'm shy, but she don't play with me. So I was like, all right.
Good to have friends.
Right, she don't play with me. She don't play with me. And I got dressed and went to the restaurant. And everybody was like, oh, you look amazing. And that was literally 3 months after my baby. So then I go back and look at myself. I was like, oh, I did look good. I did do it. I actually did something. I
Right.
don't look the same. I don't feel the same. So that kind of pushed me. It was like the people that was viewing me on social media, they pushed me, you know, because sometimes you can't push yourself. People be like, you should motivate yourself. To be honest with you, when you're not in a mental space to
It's hard
push
to get
yourself,
self-motivated.
it's hard. So you have to have people.
And you look for others for that
Guess what? And
motivation.
on top of that, it's usually the people that you don't even know. That's not even close to you. That's pushing you. They don't know. They don't know you personally. They just watch you. And those are the people that tend, for me, that has always shown up for me.
Right.
It's never been like the people that are closer to me. It's always been the people that see me and I don't know them at all. And they was like, man, look, I'm happy what you're doing. And every time I get that, it just pushes me more.
Right.
So
sometimes it be like, because sometimes, I don't know, I guess your people, your close people that's around you, they so used to seeing you and they so used to
And they
in
used-
this form.
and they used to seeing you strong too. That's another thing that can make you or break you. Like when people around you used to seeing you strong, they don't know how to take you in a weak moment.
Right, because they're always looking for
They're
you
looking
to
for you to
strong.
be the stronger one, or they're looking for you to know how to correct what's wrong.
Right.
And when you go to them to try to get help for your corrections or what's going on, they don't really know how to help you because they feel like you're going to snap out of it or that you're
Right.
going to be okay.
Right.
And sometimes you're not okay.
Right. I'm glad the
Sometimes you're not okay.
A strong person needs a strong person.
Right. So then when you get those used to you people that are around you that don't know how or don't know when you're serious about whatever you got going
I
on.
don't know how to accept you at your
They don't know
weaker
how to.
points.
They don't know how to accept you in that weaker point, and that's what I had a lot of people around me that was used to me just grinding hard, used to me bouncing back, and used to me. But I was in that depression that women get after the baby. That's for real. And I went through
postpartum
that. The
depression.
postpartum was horrible for me, and it was so bad to my self-conscious. I was self-conscious. I was uncomfortable. I wasn't okay. I was sad. I was confused. I didn't know what I needed to do with myself. I was up. I was down. And it lasts for a long time. It comes in, it goes out, so you don't really know. Only thing you have to do is depend on the people who depend on you most, and it's usually people that you don't know because they need you to be okay because they're not okay.
Right.
And so y'all end up kind of just pushing each other.
Right.
You know, listening to that person's story and them listening to your story, they relate. But the people who you hear, that hear your story all the time, they kind of be like, oh, you're going to be okay because you always okay.
Right.
But this time, I mean,
Right.
I'm not okay.
Not okay, yeah.
So that's what I went through for a long time, and I end up losing the weight. I end up, continuing to work on myself. I'm still continuing to work on myself
Every day.
Every day. So for me, it was like, okay, I gotta do this now because I put it out there. Like once you throw something in the universe, it's kind of like, damn, like it's there.
Yeah,
So you don't have no choice but to keep going. And my keep going was, I don't know why I'm doing this. It sounds weird. I didn't know why I was doing it. I never wanted to do fitness.
Right.
I never said I wanted to be a personal trainer, ever.
What you saw for yourself?
I'm a
Okay.
dancer.
Okay.
I'm a dancer. Like, I like battle dance. I can hip hop. I can you got serve.
So what you saying? You want to try?
You can do that. You can't do that.
What you talking?
Nah, that ain't it. That's not it. That's not it.
Let me
But
get
no.
a drink in me now.
Oh, you might just slide there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I didn't.
I mean, but
didn't-
it's still you still kind of get to express yourself.
But
as
you know
far
what?
as dance.
It wasn't. It don't even matter at this point in my life. At the age of 43, to be honest, I don't look for that as my purpose no more because I've run in 6 years. I run into so many women that now I understand why this was it.
Right. You are their purpose. They look at
Right.
you and they see
I
their
didn't
purpose.
understand like why I was supposed to meet and encounter so many women. I didn't know that I was supposed to do this until I started saying God was my purpose because I kept trying to get out of this. Now I was like ready to shut this down.
Why?
But because it wasn't what I thought I
Okay,
was supposed to
touche,
do.
touche.
You see what I'm saying? So, but then when you're a prayerful person, you ask God like to give you vision. You ask Him to to understand your purpose. So for me, it was like, what's my purpose, God? Because like I cannot want to do this, but
You gave it to me.
but you gave it. Like I asked for something.
Right.
And the thing is, I never asked God for specific things. Weirdly, it sounds crazy, but I never asked God for $1 million. I never asked God for things. I always like, show me what I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
I've always said, show me.
Right.
Or put me in a situation or give me what I'm supposed to do as my purpose because I feel like if it's my purpose, it's going to work.
Right.
You know, sometimes we want things and he give us things and it don't work.
Right.
Because we ain't supposed to be doing
And
it.
sometimes he'll give you exactly what you want just to show you
Yeah,
that's
that is not the
what you wanted at
purpose.
all.
Right. So for me, I didn't never say I wanted to do fitness. I never said, God, I want to do fitness. Like, give me a gym. I never asked for that. You know, never. Not one time did I pray on being a personal trainer. It happened. I went from being sad to being named by social media to having 10 people training in my home to a waiting list of 370 people. Couldn't take no more people at my house. Got a facility, blessing, you know, and then the waiting list got bigger.
Right.
So I got rid of the waiting list and just opened a website. So now people come from wherever.
Right.
And the thing is, the dance part I do on Saturdays, you know, but it's with people who come out the country to celebrate bachelorette parties and birthday parties. Now I get all kind of people. I've had people from Mexico. I've had people from London. I have a lot of people from Long Island. It's like people that I would never meet just by doing just the gym. So I've opened my facility for people everywhere.
Right.
So every weekend or every other weekend, or at least twice a month, I get people from another city, another state, mostly
Maybe another country.
Another country, because I've had people from Mexico come.
Right.
I've had people from London come, surprisingly, and I was like, the first thing when they Google dance in Savannah, and I'm a witness because I tried to wonder why people was coming to me, I'm the first thing that comes up.
That's what's up.
And you know how they say Google me? Like, you can really Google me.
I'm talking. You heard it. Google, get that body. You know, if you want to run down on what's going on or when it's going on, what the classes look like, what it's called, the criteria and everything, the schedule.
Yeah, so I'm blessed. Like, it's a blessing.
So how long have you been actively in business?
I have been in business with Get That Body for 6 years.
6 years?
6 years. I was blessed with one. As you see the facility, I have two. Actually, it would be considered 2 locations, but I combined the one to make one because I came into one unit. And the very next year, the owners were so happy with me. They blessed me with the other side. So I was able, on the same, that's why I have 2 anniversaries for 2 buildings.
Right.
Because every 4th of July, I celebrate the opening of both sides of my facilities.
Okay.
So all I did was knock down the wall. Me minding my own business, I never knew the people moved out next door. So when they came and they was like, I want to show you something. And he said, when are you ready to move in, that unit is yours. So I said, okay, well, how about I just move in?
Right.
I just knocked the wall down, you know what I'm saying, and we got some equipment and we put it in there. We made it a gym. We got treadmills. We got, people come by the door, they see this.
Right.
But then they don't know the other side.
Yeah, like you have to take me on the other side.
Yeah,
I was just stuck on this side right here. Like,
yeah, so I do have gym equipment. I do have full gym equipment, and I also made a room just for abs because I am a personal trainer first. I don't really consider myself a group fitness trainer. I had to learn how to be that because I came from training one-on-ones. I didn't think I was ready to be a group trainer because it takes, in order for you to get the results that I get, it usually take a one-on-one session. So I had to learn how to get those same results in a group setting that I did in one-on-ones.
Okay, I understand.
Because when I started the 21-day challenge, I got your results in 21 days.
Right.
So I had to learn how to get 21-day results out of a class of 18 people, 20 people. I was like, okay.
So how was the switch from just dealing with one person and having a voice, like being comfortable with that voice with one person versus having to find that voice amongst this group of people?
Listen, I'm still battling with that. Because what I want to give my groups that I give my one-on-ones, I can't. Because it's so many different levels when people come in. Some people have never worked out in their life, but they trust me. They'll call me and say, hey, I've never worked out. I don't know what you do, but I heard about you.
Yeah.
I heard about you, and they say you were where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. And that's all I do is say okay. Because now that person belongs to me and they trust me. So I have to do it. I have to figure out. It's not their responsibility no more. Right. It's mine. So for me, I have to go home and I study. I sit up at night and I'm like, okay, how can I get this to work with 18 people, 20 people? How can I keep my class? How can I be realistic with myself? If it's a month that I'm not mentally like all the way pumped and I got a lot of personal stuff going on, I'll take a smaller group so I can make sure that I get the same level.
I can provide for y'all. Like
I can give you. I have as I need. Right. But when I'm fully energetic, I can take that big group and get the same results. But it still took me to understand, like, It took me probably about a year, to be honest with you, to know that I needed to change my training a little bit because it was difficult. It was hard because I was used to one-on-ones. When you're in a one-on-one setting, you can push that one client because you can focus on everything about them. But then you're in a group and you got people that's kind of hiding off to the side, that got to modify.
Yeah.
That have.
They done paid their money and still kind of.
Yeah, but I also had people who had health problems that they didn't tell me. When they fill out these paperwork, I don't do contracts. But I will have a questionnaire that says, do you have health problems?
Right.
But I've had people who's so determined to just train, to say they trained with Get That Body, that they won't tell me, just to say they trained here.
You're ready to put their life on the line to get that body.
Oh my God. And I told them don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not okay.
Right. I can't help you get that body if you ain't got no breath inside of it.
Listen, my whole first year and a half in the facility, I probably had clients falling out every start of the
You're like, look, I ain't got no
ambulance coming. They were like, it must be the first 3 weeks of training. Yes.
Yeah.
It's the first 3 weeks. So yeah, I had people.
So what do you like? Do you
Passing out.
Do you adopt like an insurance plan for situations? As such?
I have insurance on my building that covers personal.
Okay.
So you have to have that as a gym. If you're an owner, of any facility and you have a gym and you have clients, that's a requirement.
Right.
I'm a real personal trainer. I come out of a real certification. I went through National Academy.
We ain't just talking that.
Yeah, I'm a personal trainer. Like I studied it. It wasn't easy for me. I actually took the whole time to learn, to get certified. You got to take first aid. You got to keep update with that type of stuff. So you have to know how to also treat these clients, if something happens.
Right.
So, and that's why I'm thankful that I did take the steps, because I refused to take clients before I finished
knowledge of
what I'm supposed to do.
That's what's up. That's what's up. What kind of challenges have you faced in building, in building this, in the building the name, the brand?
The challenges I've had.
And how did you even overcome those challenges?
Okay, I'm old school. My son, he say I'm old school because I was on Facebook. I didn't really get into social media like I supposed to. I'm still not, because I'm still learning how to brand everything. But one of my challenges is not being so sheltered in myself. Like I got to be more open. Like even with you before we started. I'm kind of shy. People don't know that. I'm really kind of shy. I like being to myself. I like quiet time. If I post, I make myself post. Anything I post, I make myself post. It's not like I wake up and be like, I'm going to post. I don't think about it. I be like, well, I guess I got to post today because that's how the business runs. I have to prepare myself mentally.
Like, oh, here we go.
Right. So for me, it's like branding means you have to be out there all the time. Right. And people will tell you they don't see me at the networking events. It's not that I don't want to go. It's just I haven't gotten that far yet.
But what you do works for you, like as far as like, because I don't know exactly how we become Facebook friends, and I don't know how to become Facebook friends with a lot of people, but that's neither here nor there. What your Facebook advertisement is amazing. Like that's
really?
How your Facebook. That's how I even I guess connected to your wave of energy, because I see
people. A lot of people say that, and I'm serious. Like it's just me. Like I guess it's more of my personal life. Like I don't really hide when I do put something out there. It's my truth.
Right. I just kept seeing these results. You might post this picture, and then you post that picture.
Those pictures, like, let me trip you out. Like, those results be amazing.
Like, these girls, are they smoking crack? She got these girls smoking crack.
I got that green stuff over there. They trying to make me sell it. I won't sell it yet. I'm supposed to start. But I made
that green stuff.
Yeah, they call it the green stuff. They call it the green lava. Why didn't it make it pink? Listen, this is the only thing you probably gonna find a lot of pink of in me is Get That Body stuff, because I'm really not a pink girl. I'm a tomboy. So, yeah, like the results is me loving my clients, because I will track them down.
I will track them down. I just saw it in your eyes.
They done saw me come. I done pull up while they eating breakfast. Like, what you doing? Nah, I ain't like that man that be wrestling the people down. But I will make my clients know.
You give them like a diet regimen as well.
They get a meal guide. It's not, and I don't really like to say diet. I had to learn to not say that, because I don't.
It's a bad word.
It's a bad word when you trying to. I learned, to me, my opinion. I learned that it's a bad word when you're trying to transform people for a lifestyle. Because you don't want nobody on a diet for the rest of their life.
That's like a cop out at this point in time. Once you're trying to change your lifestyle, you talk about the diet. It's only
diets are temporary.
Right.
So you want to make it a guide. I changed my wording. Now when I send out those meal guides, I don't say diet.
Right.
I had to learn that. Like I'm still learning.
It's a meal guide.
It's a meal guide. It's your way to learn how to eat correctly. And people say, "What do I eat?" I was like, "Well, I eat," But it became a way of learning how to eat. It didn't come like, okay, let me just eat all carrot food or bird food. It came from like, okay, I have to take smaller portions. Like we grew up wrong, everybody, especially, no offense, black people.
Poor eating.
Our mom say, or our parents say, or our grandmother, you better eat all that food off your plate. And we should not be doing that, because if all the food is taken in, you're stretching out your stomach. Right. So if we're trying to force it, you're not supposed to eat to get full. You're supposed to eat to get comfortable. Your mind and your body is okay with a little bit of food.
Right.
Our head we were taught to eat everything. Or either just like, you better not eat at a table before all the food is off your plate. They don't care if your stomach hurts. So it's kind of like conditioning. Right. So what happens is that when you start eating smaller portions, you shrink your stomach back down to its normal size. It's not supposed to be stretched out. That's why, I'm not saying I'm against any type of surgery, because I'm not, because I think it's a mental thing when it comes to surgeries. I don't think it's something that, I believe by the time you get to wanting to have a surgery, any type of surgery, cosmetically, what happens is that's a mental thing. You're just so tired of the way you look to it makes you uncomfortable. And for me, if a person is depressed and uncomfortable, you need to fix it. Just like people go get braces or they go get weave or whatever, that's still a cosmetic. Enhance it. Right. So people, though they get judged for having surgeries, I don't judge, because I know it's a mental thing. Right. If you uncomfortable and it's bothering you mentally, and you're the only one can know how you feel on the inside about yourself. Right. So it's your choice to make you feel good. Right. For me, it's to help my client. I still don't have to work with them, because I get a lot of them. They still got to eat right. They still got to work out. They still, so right. I still get them before and I still get them after. But for me, teaching them how to eat right, teaching them to understand, like, this is not a forever. I'm trying to teach you how to be able to eat what you want and still monitor yourself, or remove things that aren't healthy for you.
Eat what you want to keep the look that you desire.
Right. So if you eat smaller portions, or you change certain things from your diet that's causing you to have acne, or you just got to know your body. If you know you eat pork and it's causing you, and you take it away for a little while and your skin clears up, then you know what it is, right? So you can't know what your body needs or don't like or likes if you don't change something up. Right. So for me, I just give them different options in my meal guide so they can figure out what works for their body. But they can only eat a little bit of it at a time. They also have to trust in themselves to believe that they can do it. If they don't do that, they mean they're not going to follow the meal guide. Right.
It's nothing if they don't believe in themselves, it's nothing I
can do.
Right. Okay.
So when I'm hard on myself is when it comes to those situations, I have to try to figure out how to get them mentally where I'm at for them. Mm-hmm. And that's where my time comes in. Like, how can I reach this person to let them know that this can be easy, right, if they just trust the process. Right. And that's my thing.
Quit fighting yourself.
Right. Trust the process. I'm always on trust the process. It's not a hard process, And for me, it's also like my slogan, your body is a work of art created. Everything that you do in life, you got to create it. Right. It's your life. Is art. Right. Anything that's art.
Life is art.
Yeah, so you have to create it. You have to create that body. You can't, like, people say, let me drop they make a joke. They say, can I drop my body off to you? And then you bring it back to me.
Body in the shop real.
Right. They tell me that. They're like, can I just drop my body off to you? I say, no. Like, you gonna. No, like, you could come to class. I joke when I'm like, really? And I'm a hard trainer. They know I'm smart mouth. Yeah. I say weird stuff. I say stuff, and you can't take me to heart.
Right. You just
I'm just me. I'm just openly me. I'm blunt. I say the first thing I think. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you care about your clients.
I do care about my clients. I do.
Care about what they.
I care about how they feel. I care about what they're taking in. I care about everything they go through. And that's another thing with the steps of get that body like. This to me. Get that body is no different from this piece of vinyl.
Right.
It's what's in get that body that's become more important to me. I got clients that been through stuff that I can never imagine in my life. Like I thought I seen it in movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what? I gotta come to you because this happened. Like this is my outlet. This is just, I was like, what? And then I want to cry, you know, because I'm like, I can't.
And I know that kind of do something, but that these people just come to you for strength.
They do, and like the stories, it sound like things I would have saw on movies, like dead serious. And I'm like, this happens in real life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So then you got the broken people. I've been there. You got the hurt people. You got the people that's depressed, and you got the people that are extremely uncomfortable. You got the people who got kids that they just need a space just to be from that.
Free.
Right. They got the broken marriages, or you got the happy marriages that don't have time. Like, you got a lot of people that come in here for reasons that ain't got nothing to do with fitness.
They come in here just be, whoo.
Yes, they can't. Listen, it's such a girls' night when they come in here. And at first, let me tell you, I didn't understand it. I didn't get it. So anyone that came into me before I understood it, I apologize because I didn't know. I'm sorry, y'all, if I didn't understand. I didn't understand how important it was for them to come and just be here in the environment of the women that understand what they're going through. And that's why I say it's so much bigger than this.
Right.
Because they come in here and I got people who done became best friends.
Right.
I got groups of people that hang out that don't have nothing to do, but people see them out, they be like, that's the Get That Body crew. And there's a bunch of Get That Body little cliques everywhere.
Yeah. Because I see different classes. It's like, these people click up.
Right, and not even class. Then you see them out in restaurants. I'm like, when y'all start hanging out, you know, I was like, y'all didn't even know each other before 6 months from now.
Right.
So I had to learn how to understand and accept that it's not about them just coming to work out.
So,
I used to get offended.
So what she's basically saying is, Get That Body is not just a physical thing. We also have mental transformations going on.
Yes.
And we also have emotional cleansings going on. We also have it's a spiritual thing going on.
Oh yeah, I do. I pray for my clients, y'all. Like seriously, if you walk around, look at my wall, I got crosses all over.
Yeah. I saw that one earlier, that nothing is impossible, but the word it says,
right.
I always say that. I'm like, they lied to us. They lied straight to our face. Like, they took impossible. That means it's not possible. It clearly says impossible.
Impossible.
I don't believe that.
Exactly. So yeah, I got stuff everywhere, like to motivate my clients. Like I really respect them. I really do respect them. Like I think I respect them for on so many levels. You know. So for me, like I said, it's so much bigger than what I thought I was coming up with. Because some people get into this for the money. It's money in this, but I'm probably one of the people in Savannah that charge the least. And I never worry about it.
The least, but you got some of the greatest results. Some of the greatest results.
I do. Like, I'm proud. I can't say I'm proud of myself, because I am, but I'm more proud of them because they didn't have to try.
Well, take your credit as well. You're right.
I'm a selfless person, so I probably never really...
Well, I understand. That's why God put other people here to watch you do great things, so that they can voice their opinion and just kind of pump you up a little bit.
Yeah, I need it sometimes.
So
I need it.
Like,
I'm really not like... I know when I post my pictures, I seem like I got all the confidence in the world. I'm so... You know, people... I've heard that I'm bougie, I'm cocky, I'm all this stuff, you know. But like, seriously, I hate that it come off like that.
Right.
But I also modeled before this, so that comes with the picture.
It's perception.
It's perception.
Don't let me know. It's perception. It's not so much as what you putting out there. It's what that person is receiving.
Yeah.
So it depends on where you are at in your life. Oh, this bitch all bougie.
Yeah, let me tell you, I heard all kind of weirdness. I'm like, what?
Like myself, like when I see it, the only thing that I saw, you know, the pure passion. Like, I'm just looking at this person I'm looking at this person who's the perfect example of what she's doing. Like, you never had any surgeries or anything?
No, I've never had a surgery.
Listen. You gotta talk to shit.
My butt is my butt.
You better talk to
my
them.
boobs are my boobs. Now, I did have surgery. I had 3 C-sections. 3 C-sections. I have 4 children. My second, my third, and my 4th child, I got cut. When I had appendicitis, I had that removed at 12. So those are my surgeries.
But no body enhancements.
No, I had never had enhancements
Come
before.
on, man. So,
And I mean, what I've learned how to do is I learned how to gain the weight, the muscle, to show my gain clients, because I got a lot of people that are small too. They want to gain, so I have to show them how to gain. And when you see me small sometimes, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to show my clients that are bigger that they can lose weight. So I've mastered the art of being able to fluctuate my weight to improve my business. It's called this for a reason.
you never thought about going for a Wonder Woman role? I mean, because
Listen, I probably want to be the villain.
You can pull it off.
I probably want to be the villain. I ain't lying. Like, you know, if I'm gonna be acting out and stuff, I'm gonna be like me.
Yeah,
you know, I'm such. I would probably been a Harley Quinn or something.
You know, I'm working with this camera. Don't make me think of no roles to write for you to.
Listen, put me in something.
Okay,
I like the acting now.
Okay, well, we gonna work it out. I'm gonna keep that in mind now.
Okay.
And when I pull back on, you be talking about. Oh, shit,
Now you got to give me. Don't give me no weird. No, I'm already
I mean,
weird.
if anything, I'll right now consult with you.
Yeah,
you know?
no, like give me something that's like I can like really like act out. Like don't give me. I don't want to be that girl like in the video vixen. I don't want to. I don't want to be like that pretty girl. Like give me some more rough stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little rough.
Where I'm at with this camera, I really like to, you know what I'm saying, like in writing scripts, I like to challenge people like for the roles, because people will come to me and be like, I want this type of role.
Give me some. I could do some donuts in the car.
Okay, touche.
I'm such a tomboy, y'all.
That's what's up. Like you give people, give these people like.
I like racing cars.
Like racing
I
cars.
still be painting. You know, you painting cars.
I was just about to ask you, are you still into painting cars?
I still like painting cars.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I still like painting cars. So,
You actually will race the car. Or you just like to race.
No, I used to race cars.
You used to race cars? Okay, that's
I
what's
think,
up.
guess what? It's
Unless
so
you were a
funny.
rider.
Listen, you better ask you.
Mm.
I be giving it to them. Like they be trying me. Like people who know that I used to race.
Yeah.
I think a dude just tried me probably about a couple of weeks ago. I call my Suburban Big Joe.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they catch me up on the highway because I'm usually the one that's recording when the lineup happens.
Right.
But they also know my background from cars. So yeah,
They'll
get up on the side and I'm like,
I gotta show this.
that's what I say. That's what I say. I said, now don't get this thing twisted now, but I turn into a whole dude.
That's what's up. So where you see yourself at a year from now? Next year this time.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't shared it with anyone yet.
Exclusive.
You only heard it on here because I have not posted nothing, a thing about this.
Oh, let me make sure we still rolling. Don't you make sure we is still rolling. That's what we is. Come on with it.
All right, so you're gonna hear this once. I don't know when he's gonna share this, but hopefully it'll be after.
It's gonna be. I have to before I release anything. I gotta go through the 20 interviews before I release anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta get it complete first.
Okay, so wait.
No, you good. You good to say it now because by the time I release it, you might already have it in.
No, it probably won't yet.
Okay.
So I have passed my real estate course.
Up top.
October 24th of last year. So hopefully, I would like to buy my own fitness complex.
So, fitness complex.
Yeah, I don't want to be small. I want to ask God for big. So not only do I want to do that, I want to sell. I'm a people person. I love experiences. So for me, to be going into real estate and getting properties and just being able to, help people, get into something that they can love. I'm big on passion. So for me to sell something that, sell a space.
These girls gonna be upset with you when you're doing your real estate, and they're like, "Ma'am, I'm over here."
No, it's gonna work. Let me tell you why it's gonna work. I've been doing this for 6 years. There's a bunch of my clients in here in these homes.
I know that's right.
A bunch of my clients in here want these houses.
So you multitasking while you helping them get that party.
Girl, you better do that for that new room.
Yeah.
In your house.
I know that's right.
Clean that thing, girl. That new body in a new house. Yes.
That's what's up.
Yes,
So you want a fitness community.
Yes.
First time I've ever heard that.
No, but seriously, one of my clients, she's really big in real estate here in Savannah. She's a broker. She has her own thing, and I brought something to her a while back, probably about 3 years ago. And I said, why don't we come up with something together called Real Fit? So it's the realtors, they had things where a couple of years ago the realtors were getting robbed, you know, going into the houses and stuff. So like they need to work out because all they do is sit down.
Right,
So I was like, why don't we have a real fit, like real estate agents doing the fitness, you know? So I was like, call it real fit, like real estate fit. So
Right.
I was like, yeah.
That's what's up. How long what's your predictions for like the progression on that?
Real
Or
estate.
just, yeah.
I want to get 2 other licenses. That's why I said I want to get Florida and I want to get South Carolina.
Okay.
So I just want to get everything
That's
under
really
wraps
different. I think that's
first.
gonna be real nice.
So yeah, but the thing is so crazy is like I said, I never wanted to do this. Like I never expected to do this. I always wanted to do real estate. Before this, I was scared. So now I'm doing things that I've been facing my fear.
What were you scared of?
I
That's
was
one of my
scared
questions. What were
because-
your fears, worries, or concerns growing into?
I was afraid that I wasn't going to pass. To be honest, I didn't think I was going to pass the course. I didn't think I had time to pass it. I didn't think I was capable of understanding the knowledge that came with it. You know, but I was also younger too.
Right.
Like, you know, great thing about, I'm gonna say about myself or women, period, or people in general, you don't really know how strong you want to be in a situation until you're in the situation, you know, or until you put into the environment. So I was kind of forced to just do it because somebody told me I couldn't do it.
Well, that's the best way to just tell me I can't do it.
So somebody told me I couldn't do it. Somebody told me I wasn't going to pass the test. You know?
That's all you needed.
Right. So I was
put
like,
a
wait a
battery in my
minute.
face. Let me get me going.
Right, because I was like, wait a minute. You know, because I mentioned it.
Right.
I mentioned it and I said I always want to do it. And the person wasn't really encouraging. You know, they wasn't really like, they didn't think that was my lead.
Tell them thank you right now. For real.
Yeah, so they didn't feel like, they felt like this was me. You know, but that's one blessing that God's given
That's
me.
one part of it.
That's one part of me.
Right.
I paint cars. Like, it's not too many females out here painting cars.
Right.
I was the only female aircraft painter for a long time, for almost 10 years. I didn't paint small parts. I painted the exterior. So when y'all rap about them G5s and G4s, y'all flying on that plane that I painted.
Talk you shit.
So to me, give me the product and I'll make it my product. You know, that's what I believe in. Like, whatever you put in front of me, I'm going to make it my own. I don't really follow the rules. I just do what I need to do to make it work for me.
That's what's up.
So if you give it to me, I'm going to
Make it
own
work.
it.
Right.
I'm going to own it.
Right.
You get what I'm
Give it to me,
saying?
it's mine.
You give it to me, it's mine.
Right.
You know, don't place it in front of me if you don't want me to have it. Because usually, I'm not going to let it sit there. I'm going to pick it up. And I'm going to make it work. And I'm going to make it fit.
Well, you kind of, I was going, it's a question I like to ask, the value of no. One time somebody told you no and it worked in your favor. You kind of just did that, but I'm going to just let you go for one for yourself.
To be honest with you, I don't really think that was a no moment. I thought that was a stay in your lane moment. Because they was in that lane.
Yeah, so it's a no. Yeah,
It wasn't. I don't. You know. You know why I don't think it as a no, and it just probably just me because I don't even think losses are losses.
Right.
Because losses could be or gains.
Right. I don't even look at no as next opportunity.
Right. So I don't really know how to view things as I ever failed, I lost, or no. I don't know how to view that as that. You know what I'm saying? And I know it makes sense.
Right.
But in my head, it don't. In my head, it don't make sense because I don't know. I can't sit here and say from a child when somebody told me no besides my mom or because in school I was into art and dance and sport and I don't remember anybody telling me no. They probably was like, well, you think you can do it? Because I always set myself up to look like I can do it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You ever say, if I say, you know what, I'm gonna buy this building for $1 million. If I ever say it out loud and I put it out there,
It's done.
I gotta do it now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna let myself down.
Right. I hold the responsibility to the word that I allow to come.
Right.
into
And
your
I'm gonna do it. And for one, I'm not gonna let nobody intimidate me to not do it.
Right.
I'm not a pushover person. You know what I'm saying? And that's why people get a lot of stuff twisted. When they see this, they see me just kind of standoffish. I'm shy. But when you put me in a situation where I got to level up,
Right.
I'm going to level up.
You're going to get every bit of it.
And I'm going to get it all. And that's it. That's all I know.
That's what's up.
You see what I'm saying? When I wasn't out here giving, like, don't get it twisted. Like, I wasn't out here giving nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know where I came from. I know what I started with. And I'm not talking about like as an adult. I'm talking about from young.
Right.
I grew up with people who hustled. I watched my family grind, whether it was on a job or however they had to do it, they figured it out.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I never sat down and watched people lose.
Mm.
So that's why I don't know how to say no, take no, because I never saw that. If my auntie and them, or I lived on 4 different waters, Marcus in Atlantic, you know what I'm saying? So I came from going to the park. We wanted to eat, we wouldn't have free lunch. That wasn't a no. Nobody said no. Like,
right.
just go do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like I always apply that. Just do it. Like you said with Nike, just do it. So for me, it's just watching people, to me, not fail. They might have not been like the billionaire, but I don't. People define their own level of success. You see what I'm saying? So for me, it's like watching my parent, my auntie and my grandmothers and my brother and people in my neighborhood. I consider, in the hood, we was family.
Right.
So for me, like, I don't remember watching people, even when they had to go and do time or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? You learn from those experiences. And I've seen everyone in those situations, something. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? Do something. So for me, it's like, what's that loss?
It's not a loss, it's just learning.
Like, what is the loss?
Right.
Unless you gone from life, that's the only loss I can recognize.
Mm. As long as you got breath in your body, you still got a chance.
You still got a chance. You see what I'm saying? So you can't let nobody define what's your loss. You can't let nobody define what's your success. If I say all I want to do is wake up every damn morning, I succeeded.
Right.
Who is to say I just because you want to wake up and go to work, that's what you want to do?
Basically, define your life by your standard.
By your standard.
Yeah.
And I live by my own standard. That's why I be like, I'm weird. That's why when you be seeing me on post, I be like, I'm weird. I'm like, I do what I want to do.
Right.
How I want to do it. And I make my own sense.
Right.
It don't have to make sense to you because it makes sense to me.
Right. That ain't weird when you believe in what you
Right,
believe in.
but society, they want you to do they want you to be trendy.
Yeah.
And I'm not a trendy person.
And I think that's where a lot of people get, like, me confused at too, because they'll see how I am on social media as far as with Swerve and Serve and how I be when I be out with people. And I'm like that to a certain, but it's like sometimes you have to, I understand.
But me and you connected before.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
connected when I was going through rough times, or you could have tell that I was going through something.
Because that's the type of person that I am in general. Like,
Yeah.
I believe that I'm here to be an ultimate inspiration to the whole world, regardless of what. So it might be people like, I never knew you off the top, you know what I'm saying? But we were Facebook friends, and I understand how weird Facebook can be at times. That's why when I did reach out to you, I reached out to you to the level that I did.
Yeah.
And like you say, we was able to connect.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that's just why I like to see. I saw you. It's like I've seen you in this light, and you was thriving. You know what I'm saying? This is like this one point. I see. I'm like, okay, she ain't
good. I wasn't good.
I'm like, okay,
I wasn't good, and it had nothing to do with business. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I'm so real with myself on social media. Like, because I'm real. I think because I carry myself as a real person.
Mm-hmm.
I think people can tell when you're real. They can tell when you're up and you down. When you pretending, you
Yeah.
don't know if the person,
That's what
they want to be happy all the time. Like, I ain't happy all the damn time. When I get on Facebook and I look like I'm something wrong.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay with not being okay in front of people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to pretend.
That's real life.
I'm going to give you my truth. And I'm going to live in my truth. If I'm having an effed up day,
Right.
go what that shit up. That is what it
Because the
is.
longer you hold that in, you're going to eventually
But people
explode and
hide
implode.
it.
Right. And
People
eventually,
hide it.
they eventually, those people that do hide that, they hide it for so long till they explode or they implode. And 9 times out of 10, when they do that, it's usually on somebody who
But
ain't-
not even that. Then you become not yourself.
you definitely don't become.
And
lose a
you
lot of
lose yourself.
Yeah, you
and
lose a lot of it.
I've done that before, and now that's something I'm not
Never
willing
wanna
to
do.
do. I'm never going to do that again because I've done that. You see what I'm saying? And I'm real enough to say I've done it. I've done it. You do it for a lot of people. You do it for business. You do it for love. You do it for a lot of reasons, and you do it.
Right.
But once you're done doing it, ain't nobody can take you back to that. And that's where I'm at. Nobody can take me back to that.
Okay, so with that being said, that brings us to my next question. Why is it important to believe in yourself?
Why is it important? Because for me, I don't never want to, you don't know when you're not going to believe in yourself. This is my truth. You don't know when you're not going to believe in yourself until you realize you don't believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't say, why is it not good? Because you don't know when it happens. But once you recognize it, it's just like a depression.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those are triggers. You have to know when you are losing yourself. And that's why I would say it's good to believe in yourself. But if it wasn't instilled in you, then how you know how to do it?
Right.
Because I really feel like that's something that is built. Like, it's built over time.
Okay.
Like, you don't wake up and just be like, you don't just wake up and be like, I got it. No, you know what I'm saying? Because life happens.
Right. That's actually stored and built in you from a child.
Right. So you need to have that. You know, I really, from my own experience, I really feel like belief is in something that you build up. You know, it's like you have a cube, and then you can't just have one cube. You know, belief. You have to stack onto that belief to get stronger. It's like faith. I believe faith and belief work together. You know what I'm saying? So if you have that faith, you know, for me, if my faith is really strong, that's my belief. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't have enough faith, then everything else kind of
dwindles away. Right.
So that's what makes me discouraged, you know. So for me, it's just like, you have to build on that. That's something you have to know is already there, but you got to stack on top of every cube. You can't miss. Right. Because the moment that you miss is the moment that you're in that down season and you spiral down.
So it's like the belief, like your belief is like the foundation.
It's the foundation.
And what I would say.
And your faith is like that too. It's like
you just build it. You build it up. Build a house. You build a house. Your temple of confidence on the grounds of faith.
Yes, and you just go from there, because I can't really see somebody, like, because my belief gets stronger every time I feed more into myself. It's not like you just wake up, oh my God, everything is I believe. Right. You know, you don't wake up like,
you have to build yourself.
Yeah, you build yourself up to it. Just like with faith, you have faith because, you know, we've been taught to believe in stuff that don't even exist.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Right. It's just like Santa Claus, you know.
Right.
You believe in it, but then it fades because it becomes something. Right. But it's how you take that. Like, for me, to be honest with you, this is a joke.
Come on.
Santa Claus. So, I know what y'all be saying about Santa Claus, right? Why y'all tell y'all kids about Santa Claus and you don't want your child to be believing in somebody that, you know, don't exist or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, for me, let the kids be kids and let them believe. You know, they're not going to be brokenhearted, you know, because at the end of the day, my kids, they know it's not no Santa. Mm-hmm. But just because I get every Christmas time, I tell them, I say, y'all want Santa? I got 18-year-old, I got 24-year-old. Oh, where y'all Christmas list? Yeah. Mom, I'm dead serious. If that list ain't in that mailbox, I got an older boy. Guess what? He be participating.
He's looking for that Christmas list. You got to come over with it. But you
believe, like, I believe when they do that, it's something that me, like, I gotta make this happen because I'm this Santa now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I believe I can do it now, but my kids did it because I believe in the spirit of Christmas. You know, I believe in giving and all that stuff like that. So for me, it's just like the joy that comes behind faith and the joy that comes behind believing. You know, it feels so good.
Right. And you can't get it nowhere.
So why take that? You know, so for people who be like, well, we know Santa ain't do that. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? But it's the joy of believing in something. Right. And believing in something. The joy of believing in something. I mean, like, why? It's not causing nobody no harm.
The world is discouraging enough. When you walk outside the door, you got everything else. And the joy in believing in something. I like the way you put it. I like the way you put it.
You know, and that's me. Like, I live in this world where, you know, and that's why I think I make things happen. Because the joy of me seeing it and visualizing it, even if nobody else sees it or believes in it.
I think that's what we'll call this episode, the joy of making things happen. So even though you didn't, you know, like you say, this wasn't your start, but once it started revealing itself, I guess you can start feeding into the joy of just watching it happen.
Just watching it happen. Just
looking at it.
Right. So that's why when people ask me, I'd be like, let's get that body.
Yeah.
That's whatever came with it is because I believed, you know, I just believe in what I didn't understand. I didn't lean to my own understanding. I just believed that it was going to.
I didn't understand.
I didn't understand it. I didn't know why, but I believed in purpose. I believed in faith. I believed in God. So it was all just a belief.
Right. So the belief that got you here.
That's it.
Right.
Every day I just wake up and believe it's going to work.
That's what's up. Every day she just wakes up and believes that it's going to work.
It's going to work.
That's a powerful saying.
Yeah, so that's why it keeps working. I believe that God placed it here. I believe that, I was supposed to meet the people I met. I believe that I was supposed to, people that, real talk now, I was pretty popular a little bit in high school. But there was some people that didn't like me. Mm-hmm. Guess what? They trained with me.
I know that's right.
So
they grew past that a little
right.
bit. I guess I can deal with it.
But guess what? I never was mad because I didn't understand why they didn't care for me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I was weird in school. Maybe I was still an introvert like I kind of am. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? At the end of the day, I believe that all things are going to come together for good. So when I see these people, it's almost like it never existed that it was an issue.
Right.
Like, what's up, girl? I'm coming to train with you.
Right.
I'm like, okay,
right. I ain't got no reason to feed into it. You're showing me different now.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it don't even matter. Because if they didn't like me, or they do like me, or didn't like me, or however it went, they have a purpose to come here. Like, my purpose is to do what God told me to do, regardless of who walk in this studio. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I would just say, if you see something in this place in your vision, or God placed it there, He placed it there for a reason, not for you to just sit on it. Just do it. It's simple as that. Like, there's no such thing. Don't never say you failed at something. I think it's a learning experience. Just like, anything in life is just you learn from whatever you tried.
Right.
You know how people like, well, I tried. Well, what happens when you don't try? How you know?
Right.
So what did you learn? I mean, even if you don't get to where you was expecting to get, those steps along the way probably set you up for the next thing that you probably was supposed to do. So the steps that you take toward at least attempting, it's like it's like when God say, when they say God promised you something and you have to be patient, you have to wait. Sometimes you have to start and then put it on hold and allow God to prepare you for the next level, so you can take that, whatever you pause, and take that to the next level, because there's steps to everything. So you can't just say, I'm not going to at least try. Take the steps. Just take the steps. Is no loss in just taking the step. What are you losing from just attempting to? I don't care if you just set up an EIN number. That's the first thing you didn't already have. You didn't have it before. You're not losing nothing by doing it. You're not gaining nothing. Take the steps to get there. If you got to stop until you learn the rest of the way, stop until you learn. It's just like grade levels, high school, elementary school. You took those steps. You went through pre-K. You went through kindergarten. You went through first grade. It was steps. Take them.
Right. Yeah, the building blocks.
Build them.
We're taking plug yourself in. Let them know where they can reach you at. All your tags, your social media.
All right, so y'all guys can find me on Instagram under I am Tanishala, or you can, again, Google Get That Body.
How you spell Tanisha?
TANIESHALA. I am Tanishala. Or again, if you Google Get That Body, I am on there. It's probably easier because my name is long. But if you follow me on Facebook, it's Tanishala Hall. Or you can go under Facebook under Get That Body. It'll come up. All of my hashtags will come up. I have hashtags. Get That Body or Body by GTB. My website is getthatbodydancefitness.com. I am in Savannah, Georgia, 4395 Suite 209. Go on his page. He go from
And my page is Swerving Serving SWERVING SERVING. Yeah.
My guy.
Yeah. Well, we just want to thank y'all for y'all time today. Thank y'all for thank you. I want to thank you personally for this great interview. I thank you for opening up, even though you were a little shy. I can't tell when you talking about you this shy person. Where she at? I don't know her. I never met her. Like, this is the embodiment of confidence right here. So I want to thank you for your time. I thank you for elaborating. I thank you for blessing me with this opportunity to just come have this one-on-one with you.
You're
And
welcome. I appreciate you then
And-
choosing me as
right.
an interviewee.
Well, you know, your light, I attract a certain lights, and one of you was one of the lights that I shine. It's like I saw something in you, and I was attracted to it, and it's like, go capture that. So we captured this moment, and I appreciate you for it.
You're welcome.
Yep. With that being said, we're going to understand that the earth is your turf. Live off the land and recognize your worth. And I say that because we all come into this whole world, and you might be in Buckfuck, Alabama, you might be in Savannah, Georgia, you might be in Fayetteville, North Carolina, but understand that just like this floor, it has a bunch of different squares. That's not your only space. It's the whole earth. It's a whole earth out there. And God gave us dominion over everything, the whole earth. So get out of Buckfuck, Alabama, get out of Savannah, Georgia, get out of Fayetteville, okay, get out of wherever that your comfort zone, and get out there and do something. Go out there and
Faith
discover
without
something.
work is what?
Dead.
Exactly.
Dead. All you need is a mustard seed, look, mustard seed.
Just love. Like his head.
Look,
He figured
look.
it.
So with that being said, this was the B.O.S.S Move interviews, and we are out. Peace.